Hello. Yes, that's a dog treat on my desk. Hello, guys. So, we are trying a new angle with my phone today. I should see everything over here on the screen, but I'm going to just talk to y'all. Talk to the back of my phone, which I usually don't do. I usually talk to myself. Hey, Beth. I'm going to be able to see comments on my computer. But if you're watching the replay, let me know. If you have any questions about anything that I talk about, please comment. I will get the notification and I will write back to you as soon as I can. Answer any questions you may have. Thank you so much, Beth, for having me on today. I am going to talk to you about sponsoring. So sponsoring is something that I used to be, I usually say I used to be really bad at it, but honestly, I just didn't do it. I didn't know that anyone could do it. I thought that you had to have a successful, amazing, booming business. I thought that you had to know every in and out of every part of our business. I thought that I had to look or act or talk a certain way. And I really had a lot of negative self-talk about myself and how, why would someone want to join me? Why would I ask someone to do this with me? All they're going to do is tell me no. And I really got in my head about it until one day I realized from watching another consultant that this business could be whatever I want it to be. And if I wanted it to be big and I wanted it to be successful by my definition, and I wanted to not have to go back to a regular 9-to-5 job or have a boss, I knew that I had to sponsor. I knew that I had to bring people in or on this journey with me in this community, and I really had to build it big. And by building it big, that means with the people, because it's all about the people in our business. So, one thing that I was told was sponsoring is a lifestyle. Okay, and that is something that was really part of my mindset shift with sponsoring, that, again, I wasn't doing it. I wasn't sponsoring. I wasn't talking about the opportunity. I wasn't talking about how Scentsy had blessed me. I wasn't talking about how anyone could do this. I wasn't talking about how this could be anything from a few extra dollars, like $25 a month, to $25,000 a month. I mean, I wasn't. That's the reality of it, right? People are making that kind of money in this business, and I'll put the income disclosure in the comments and on YouTube. But I wasn't talking about that. I wasn't talking about how I work this business and how I make my own samples and how I get to go on trips and how a majority of my friends are Scentsy related now. So once I changed my mindset with that and I really shifted it to a sponsoring lifestyle, I was talking about it, everyone knew I sold Scentsy, everyone knew what trips I'd been on, everyone knew what trips I'm working towards. That's when things changed, okay? When I started offering what I already had to other people, that's when everything changed. So a lifestyle is described as the habits, interests, and behaviors that together constitute the mode of living. So AKA, it's just part of you. It's part of who you are. Everyone needs to know that being a part of Scentsy and doing Scentsy with you is an option, okay? So the first thing we're going to have is sponsoring. If that's not how you feel like sponsoring is for you right now, if you don't feel like you're really good at it, or you're having that negative self-talk, we're going to have to start with some self-reflection and accountability. Because no one can sponsor your front line except you. We do have some foster pups here, so if you hear them in the background, that's what's going on. I tried to give them something to keep them quiet, but they are 8 weeks old, so they do what they want. But no one can sponsor your front line but you. No one can sponsor your team but you. No one can make you do the action of asking people, and no one can make you work your business for you but you, okay? So if we're in a position, which I feel like a lot of people are right now, of the blame game of you not being successful because of other people, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're gonna work, and we're going to lead, and we're going to teach from our circle of control and what we're doing in our business, And what the actions that we are taking is what we're going to focus on and what we are going to continually do. So you're going to have to put in the work and do the hard things if you want the big things. So with that self-reflection, we're going to first ask ourselves, and this is the first question that I ask my teammates, is how many conversations are you having? Okay, so one-on-one conversations, not posting about it, not sharing about it in your stories, but how many one-on-one conversations are you having about the opportunity of being a Scentsy consultant? A lot of times people are going to say, I don't know. Some people are going to say maybe 5. Some people are going to say maybe 2 this week. Whatever that may be, it's going to be all across the range here. But what I suggest for a consistently growing team is always going to be 2 new teams a month. And with that, I have found that in the past, 1 a day, 7 a week, or 30 a month usually equals out to about 2 new teamies a month. We're in different times now, so I would even bump that up to maybe 40 a month and average that out, whatever that, it's always been easier to say 1 a day, 7 a week, or 30 a month, because math is hard. But I would even bump that up to maybe 40 or 50 a month, okay? So that's a lot of people. That's a lot of customers. That's a lot of communication. That's a lot of conversations. That's 50, 40, or 30 one-on-one conversations. If you aren't doing at least 20 a month, I would start with a goal of 30 a month and then work your way up. The way that our business is going right now is different than how it was going a year ago. So it's taking more conversations, it's taking more people to meet, it's taking more orders, it's taking all of that to add up to what we're getting, okay? So we're gonna bump it up. That is a lot of conversations. But like I said, math is hard, but it's also, the numbers don't lie. And that is what I have found to be successful for 2 new teamies a month consistently. Because even if you ask someone this month and they say no, you may revisit them in a month or 2 and they may say yes. Okay, so we're still planting the seeds and it's a process. Just because you ask someone doesn't mean they're going to say yes. We know that. Most likely they're going to say no. We're going to go for that no. So 2 out of 30 is what we're going for. That's the goal. So again, that's a lot of people. Just to take a step back before I even start talking about the system part of sponsoring, having 30 conversations a month, 40 conversations a month is a lot, which means you're going to have a very large, consistently growing customer base. If you're relying on the same 30 people that you started your business with, and you've already asked them, and they're a hard no, because I'm here to tell you not everyone is meant to be a Scentsy consultant. Can everyone be a Scentsy consultant? 100% yes. Can it help anyone in need? 100% yes. But not everyone is going to be or needs to be a Scentsy consultant, because this isn't easy work. Let's just be completely honest today. But that's going to take a consistently growing customer base. So that means we're partying, we're doing events, we're doing fundraisers, we're meeting new people. We're finding a way that works for us, that number of customers in our workstation is consistently growing, okay? So we're getting new customers that are going to become hostess, that are going to become teamies, okay? So that's what we're going for here. So yes, it's a lot of conversations, and I will say too that if you don't have or you run out of people to ask, take a look at your friends list. Okay, just to put it in a little bit of perspective. I don't even know how many friends I have on my friends list, but take a look at that. Take a look at your VIP group, and I'm going to tell y'all a list of people of who you can ask. But thinking, oh, 30 is a lot. What's 30 times 12? I'm not going to do that on live, but you have that many friends on Facebook, and I'm not telling you to go willy-nilly cold message these people, but when you think, oh, 30 is a lot, it is, but then you think about how many people you know, how many customers you already have, how many people you come in contact with a day, that number is actually really small. So, I sponsor with a system. I call it a system very loosely because it is a system and it has helped me, and sticking to that system has provided or proved to be successful for me. but it's very simple, and it's nothing like mind-blowing, okay? It's the ATF system. It's called Ask, Track, Follow Up. So, like I said, it's simple and it's duplicatable for people that really want to sponsor and really grow their business to use that to keep themselves accountable, and also duplicatable for our teamies, okay? Duplicatable for you. I personally need this to keep myself accountable with having the conversations, and hopefully it'll help you too. So the system is going to tell you how many conversations you're having, when you're having them, who you're having them with, and what the response was, okay? So the ask part of Ask, Track, Follow Up is very simple. It's that you're going to literally ask. You're literally going to have those one-on-one conversations that we talked about at the beginning, okay? So who are we going to ask? We are going to ask every single host. Before I even start a party, I personally ask before we start, hey, is getting paid off this party something you're interested in? Hey, I would say something like that, or I would say, being a host, you have the option to get paid off this party. Is that something you're interested in? Okay, before I even invite them to their party, that's what I send them. I also ask people who are spending a lot with you, so obviously your best customers, your clubbers, that's automatic PRV every single month, okay? People in this business could bless, so if you see someone posting or sharing that they're struggling in some way, they need a little bit of extra income, maybe it's one of your customers that can't afford to buy this month like they usually do, offer the opportunity to them. Anyone who loves our products, and anyone that you're in a conversation and it just feels right. I have that discernment. A lot of people don't, but just know that if things that you can look for in a conversation are, again, people who are struggling, people who are really interested in what you do, people who, again, need a little bit extra money or a side income, people who are asking questions about your business, people who, your cheerleaders who are always cheering you on to get to that next step of the incentive or to your goal or whatever it may be. You can also ask anyone who's watching. So this is one that I've really honed in on the last few months, but watch who watches you. So you can see who views your story. You can see in your VIP group who is watching, who's looking at your post, who's liking or loving or commenting on your post. You can go to your VIP and see who your top contributors are. You can ask them, hey, have you ever thought about being a consultant? I know you love our products. Really being intentional with who you're talking to. An actual item for you to use today that you can get a list of people of who you can ask is going to your contacts homepage on your workstation. You're going to sort and filter, and you're going to go to the last purchase date. You're going to choose March 1 to today, and that means that is going to give you a list of people, of everyone who has ordered from you this catalog season, okay? So everyone who has ordered in spring, summer is going to be in that list, and hopefully you have a decent sized list to go through, and if you haven't asked them in the last 6 months, 3 months really is what I would suggest. If you haven't asked them in the last 3 months, ask them about being a consultant. And here's how, and I'm going to give you some examples. Have you ever thought about being a consultant? You're one of my best customers. Would you be interested in getting paid back on your purchases? I know you love Scentsy products, and we're about to head into our busiest season. Are you interested in becoming a consultant too? The biggest thing is I can give you scripts, I can give you examples, and sometimes I get stuck on my words too, but really talk to them. Think of the person that you're the most comfortable with. Not necessarily your spouse or your partner, but your mom, your sister, your cousin, your best friend, and talk to your customers just like you talk to them, because they're going to feel that authenticity from you. They're going to know what sounds like you and what doesn't. And before you send something to someone to ask them about the opportunity, ask yourself, hey, does that make me feel good? Is that something that if someone messaged me, would I be interested in even replying? I'll be real honest with you, sometimes it's a no. Sometimes I'm like, oh, nope, that does not sound like me, that does not go the direction I want it to go, and I don't send it, okay? Again, that self-reflection of what you are asking and how you're asking is super important. And then the last part of the system is track. Again, super simple. You're gonna write it down. And in my tracker, which I have not completed this month, is your name, or their name, I'm sorry, the combo date, and the notes. So really, this is what I use to keep myself accountable. You can use your notes section. You can use a piece of notebook paper. The most important thing is that somehow you are tracking who you're asking and when you're asking. So you have that accountability to say, yes, I've had my 30 conversations this month, okay? You're going to be able to say the math is mathing for me because I've asked my 30 people, and if all of them say no, that's okay. In your first month, I wouldn't say that's abnormal. Second month of 30, if all of them also say no, then I would suggest getting with your sponsor. And even if in your first month, if you want to, get with your sponsor, your director, or Beth, and have them look at your messages and have them look over how you're asking or how you're talking to your customers. So it's not letting me see your whole comment because of my phone, but I will answer that in just a minute. Beth, that's a good question. That's a really good question. So write it down is the last part of ATF. Then what you're going to do with this paper, your ATF system, is you are going to follow up. So what that looks like to you, again, it's your business. You can do what you want, but what I have found successful is about the 3 to 6 month mark. Usually I try to do 3 months. A lot can change in 3 months. I also know that if someone is a hard no, nope, won't ever do that. I have teamies that have said that before, but I know that I'm less likely to follow up with them than I am with someone who says no, not right now, or no, maybe in a few months, or no, I'm too busy, but maybe in the future, right? So we know what we're going to play with, and we're going to put that in our notes too, that they said no, not right now. So I have one note for someone right now that says reinstate thinking, and I need to finish filling that out for the month as well. I actually switch between my phone notes and my hard copy because I have a pack of hard copy ATF systems that then when a joint special comes up or I see a change in their tune or something like that, I can follow up with them. But with someone, when there's a join special, I can say something like, I know we've talked about it in the past, but it's only $20 to join this month. Are you interested? Okay. In addition to this system, we're sharing consistently. So whatever that, again, can look like for you is going to be up to you, but I like to share the opportunity at least once a week. And when I talk about sharing, I'm talking about sending an email, posting on my social medias, posting on my VIP page, posting something that is the opportunity related or Scentsy related, okay? We're talking about discounted kits. We're talking about options for the opportunity. We're talking about the Scentsy life. We're talking about recognition. If Beth sends you an email, a shout out email, or she sends you something in the mail, or your director does, we're sharing every single bit and piece of that because people are going to be watching you that you don't even realize. We're going to share when we go to meetings. When our team is offering us a meeting and we're attending and we are bettering ourselves, we're going to share that. When Scentsy send us our little awards that we've earned, we're going to share that. When we're at things like SFR, or we are going to World Tour, or we got an order in, whatever it may be, we got to take a gas, we got our nails done, whatever that may be, make sure you include the income disclosure, but we're sharing that. We're doing that consistently, again, at least once a week. So my question my answer to Beth, she said, what would you say to your teammates who say, I can't ask that person they are my best customer and I'll lose all my sales? That's all I can see of the question. So if there's more, you can put it in there. But I would say that you're always, again, not everyone is meant to be a consultant, okay? So you have to go in with expectations in that conversation. Say my customer, Beth, spends so much with me. Say she spends $400 a month with me. I can go to her, and in her best interest, it would be to say, hey, I would love for you to do this with me. You love the products, and if nothing else, get paid off your purchases, is what I would say. Yes, I will lose that PRV, but I believe that PRV is 100% in our control, and I can always go find more PRV. You can't always find a teamie. Here's the expectation to have with my customer, Beth, about that, though. I presented the opportunity to her as a discounted consultant. So she's coming in to get a discount. I personally, when I have someone join, I don't let anyone join unless they do a launch party. So when I say that, again, I say that loosely because if they're joining, I'm telling them before they join that we're going to have a launch party and I'm going to help them with it. I'm going to tell them what to post. I'm going to show them what to post. I'm going to post. They're going to invite their friends. They're going to be excited. And we're going to do our best to get them to Shooting Star and to Certified, because even if they're a discounted consultant, we still want them to get the most back. Okay, and that's what I tell them because that's the best interest for them. Your expectation of having someone like that join can't be, oh my gosh, she loves our product, she's going to be a rock star, she's going to be my best seller and my best new teamie, okay, because she's coming in one way. Now, how that goes is really going to be up to her. She may come in and say, I love the products and now I love the community and I love my business and I want to be a director, right? But your expectations of that person when they're coming in, you have to remember that your expectations of them or how you offered it to them was a discount consultant. So you have to think in their best interest, yes, she's going to get a discount and we're going to try our best to get her to Shooting Star and Certified and make sure that she gets the full potential of being a consultant and getting all the good things, right, that come with that. But where I have messed up in the past is where I will offer that opportunity as a discount consultant. Hey, you can get paid back on your purchases. And then that's literally all they want to do is get paid back on their purchases. And then I get frustrated because they're not working. But they never wanted to work in the first place because they wanted to join for a discount. Does that make sense? So I would 100% ask my customer, Beth, if she would want to get a discount because we're in an incentive period, okay? So I would do my best to help her again get that Shooting Star, get to Certified. I would get incentive points for both of those. I would help her get to Sensational Start. She loves the products. Let's get her more free products. But what she does from there, what she does after her launch party, what she does after my onboarding with her is going to be up to her. And I'm going to be there if she wants more. But I think the biggest thing that we run into that with people is they say, oh, some people say, oh, don't sponsor your best customers because they'll just be here for the discount. Well, that was the expectation, and we have to remember that when we do it. It is 100% easier to find PRV than it is to find a new teammate. And if it's someone, again, yes, what Beth's saying in the comments is 100% I agree with. Because here's the thing, it's not my job to hold on to something that could benefit someone else, okay? So if being a consultant could help my customer who spends a lot and loves our products so much, if that can help her in the long run, then that's what we're going to do because we're good people, right? But here's the other part. If you feel like your business would fail or would go backwards because of one customer, then that needs to be a whole nother self-reflection that you have to have on yourself. Your business should not rely on the same group of people. Again, that should always be growing. That should always be arrows out looking for more. So if you feel that strongly about not sponsoring your best customers, then we got to do some self-reflection on how we're getting our sales. Because again, that is 100% in your control. You can go out and meet 50 new people today going to Walmart if you are intentional about it. So that is all I have for you. Again, everything in this business I really truly believe is simple. It's not easy, it's simple, and we really just have to do those simple actionable tasks to get us to the success and the end result that we want. So I will share the link to my very simple this thing. But again, you can use a piece of paper, you can use your notes section on your phone, you can use sticky notes if that's your thing. It does not have to be extravagant for it to work. So I hope this was helpful. And if you're watching the replay, I just see some people hopping on. Just start from the beginning and let me know if you have any questions.